Good morning. Good morning, you guys. So today I woke up with the idea that I wanted to talk with you guys today about law of attraction. Now, I'm sure plenty of you guys know about this or have heard of it or even practice it. But I don't know, I just felt like expressing myself and sharing a little bit with you guys on my journey and how I got to the point where I practice law of attraction. It's quite fun. My journey began many years ago where I'm not going to say I left Christianity, but I kind of stepped away from Christianity because I just wanted to remove myself from what I thought was a pretty closed-minded, somewhat judgmental belief where it was like nothing else exists. And it started where I felt like prayer and meditation were the same things. So I started asking questions and I was told, no, meditation is not it, that you pray, you don't meditate. And I was like, but aren't we doing the same thing? So that is when I found my church home, which is Agape in Los Angeles, California, under Reverend Michael Beckwith, who you may have seen him if you've seen the video, The Secret, which I'm sure for many of you, that video might have actually put you on the path of practicing law of attraction and seeking that belief system, I guess you can call it. But it did for me. I read the book, I saw the video, I went to it's not really a church, it's more of a worship center. But yeah, that's where my journey really began. That, as far as on a spiritual level, that took me to a much higher place and a much higher understanding. Today I call that frequency. It put me on a much higher frequency. And you know, I'm not to that point where I feel like I can make things move with my mind, but I feel like I'm getting close, right? And it was like this thing where it's like, if you have enough faith, which is what's practiced in most religions, especially Christianity, if you have enough faith, you can move mountains, right? And you can just do all these things and make these things happen. That's why you pray, right? Right. Well, this works the same way. It was kind of like when, you know, I started my career as a model, right? And so it's like I'm traveling all over the world and I'm meeting people, and I had, you know, people that I wanted to be friends with that were Hindu or Muslim or Catholic or, you know, just, you know, other religions. But I know that it was kind of like beaten over my head that, you know, you can't be unequally yoked with people, and, you know, they worship idols, stay away. And so that kind of like those kind of things led me on my journey of asking questions and just, you know, seeing what else was out there, right? That wasn't too far from home. I mean, if we want to take it like, you know, to the Bible or to, you know, books that tell us that they are interpreting what happened in ancient times. You know, they have phrases where they say, so let there be light, and so it is, and you know, just different types of words of confirmation. I guess, is that what we call it? Words of confirmation? Just declaring things, you know, being able to declare that it is so, or declaring that that's how it is and that's how it will be and this is what's coming and things like that. And it's really funny just talking about this because I don't always like share this type of talk with people. It's funny because earlier this year, I did an interview, and I actually haven't watched it, but I've seen bits and pieces, and I've gotten, I've heard the reactions from people. But in this video, in this interview, I know that there's a part where I talked about there were certain types of roles and certain types of characters that I wanted to play that people hadn't seen before, and I was kind of specific on those roles and those characters. And it's just funny that it actually happened, and it came not too long after I did that interview. I think that's why I have gotten to the point where I'm able to live my life with not a lot of stress. And I haven't been able to fully eliminate stress from my life, but I have this belief system. My lips are big, they get in the way. I have this belief system that everything is going to work out. Everything is going to be fine. Something's going to happen and something's going to come through. Something is going to work in my favor. And then it's like, I feel like I've got to the point where I have so much faith that I almost can just say the things that I want and then they happen. I mean, it might take a while, but they happen. And let me tell you, sometimes it happens like really fast. Like, for example, so recently I just moved into a new space, right? As far as like my production studio. And I was just saying like, wow, I really wish I had a handyman. Like, I really wish I knew someone that can come in here and help me with all these like renovation ideas that I have. Because normally I try to do it myself, but this time I just wanted to look like really professional, right? Not that I don't do it really professional, but I just want it done the right way. And then I meet someone in construction. And it was just kind of like a thing where I feel like, oh my God, like I was just saying, I wish I could meet someone that can help me with these renovations or help give me some ideas. And I mean, that's like a small example, but to be honest with you, that's kind of how my life goes. It's like I say things, and not to mention, I do meditate, I do listen to music that I believe balances my chakras and, just puts my mind in a certain space, and allows for those things to happen. And you have to be open to receive these things and be able to recognize them when they're right in front of you, because if you're not looking for these things, then you could miss them. Look, I'm sure that this has happened in your life, and I'm sure that you have asked for something and you got it. And this is even something that could be used in a negative way, to be honest with you. I probably shouldn't be sharing this, but whatever, we're all adults. Because it's kind of like, have you ever noticed that when people come against you, something bad happens to them? And it's like, sometimes, maybe you might have thought something, or sometimes you just have that kind of power, because of your faith. So you don't always have to lay hands on people, sometimes you can be like, okay. But that's not a spiritual way of looking at things. But I say that to say that this practice or theory or whatever you want to call it has been around for some time. And, that's why some people, pray to God, some people pray to Jesus, Buddha, Allah, the Virgin Mary, and things like that, but that's all part part of what I believe to be part of the universe, right? Because even for me, like, I acknowledge my ancestors, my spirit guides, I acknowledge my angels and all those people that have gone before me, because, I mean, this is a whole nother video, but you know, I just don't believe when people die, they just disappear and their spirit, like they're no longer around. I just don't believe that. But I believe that those are the people that are helping these manifestations happen. I don't believe in happenstance or coincidence. There's definitely, we're getting assistance from somewhere. It's not just one person. You know, we all love Jesus, but I know he needs a little help every now and then, right? Or am I tripping? Okay, this is the last point that I'm gonna make, and then I'm gonna let you go. So, when it comes to law of attraction, I also believe that there's an element of law of attraction where you attract things that are in line with what you are in line with. It's like when you attract somebody who's just like you into your life, or you attract, you know, like it's like attracting things that you need. But you know, it's not always about just asking for things and receiving things. I think it's a lot of times it has something to do with you attracting things that you need to excel, or things that's needed in your life to heal, or you know, it's like the attraction of it all. So I just wanted to say that part. I have so many thoughts on stuff like this, and I love talking to people about stuff like this because it even helps me grow. Like, I'm not even trying to even pretend like I know everything about, you know, the stuff that I talk about in these videos, especially this subject. But yeah, I don't know, I just woke up with this on my mind and I wanted to just chat with you guys about this. So now it's time for us to take our deep breath and say goodbye. Peace. Oh, by the way, I am trying to manifest a YouTube Gold Award. I know you're probably looking at my numbers like, Katie, but it's gonna happen. It might take a while, but it's gonna happen. So save this video. See, this is how law of attraction works. So now you have to stick around and see. Well, don't forget to subscribe and don't forget to like this video.